Hey there, I have 3 kiddos. A few of them are extroverted and they love people and they just jump right into social environments and activities and they do really well. And then I have maybe a few kiddos who are just not that. And they were really struggling with noticing details about other people and noticing details about situations and not really finding empathy for other people. So my husband and I really want our kids to interact kindly and respectfully in public. And we needed a little bit of help with how to teach them how to do that. It's probably because of me and my social awkwardness, but I called in some help and we used a book called You Are a Social Detective. Here it is. This is it. This is what we use. Hi there. If we haven't met yet, I'm Ashley. I'm a homeschool mom to 3 kiddos. They're ages 6, 11, and 9 right now. I got that in the wrong order, but you can do it. You can put it in the right order. I am a former English teacher, but I've been currently homeschooling for about 7 years now. And I love to talk about biblically based curriculum, Charlotte Mason inspired homeschool, and affordable curriculum ideas. So let's be friends. You can join me here on YouTube or over on Instagram at Joyful Noise Mama. I'd love to see you over there. Let's be friends. So let's jump in and talk about how we used You Are a Social Detective. It's not focusing, there it is. Let's talk about how we use You're a Social Detective as a family, the things I liked about it and the things I didn't love about it, but let's talk about it. Okay. So it is a picture book. It doesn't have a lot of words or explanation, but we really did enjoy it. One of the best things we learned from this was looking for social clues. So they talked about, looking at assessing the situation. Where are we? And then looking at the people, who is here? And then you look about, okay, what's going on the people's faces? They even said, what is on somebody's shirt? Looking out for details like that. And I realized some of my kids just don't do that naturally, and that's okay. Some other people have those natural giftings, and some kids and some adults even just don't. So it was nice to do a direct lesson and talk about that directly with the kids, and give them some direct instruction on it. So some kids are gonna be, more intuitive and pick that up, but some kids just aren't, like I said. So I directly taught my less empathetic children, this is what we need to look for. So when it comes to looking at the situations in the book, there were some great examples for these situations. The only negative for that was a lot of the situations they shared were classroom based. And my kids being homeschooled are not often in a classroom, though they are sometimes at co-op and at a church, but really their social interactions are a little bit different. So I went ahead and just changed some of the situations, and we used places that we would actually go to and the type of people we would actually interact with. So I took the lead from the book and then just changed it a little bit to fit what our family actually experiences. So my next thought on the book was, it's not like written like a story. It's not really the most amazing picture book I've ever read. It's also not really, it doesn't really have a clear start and stopping point for each lesson. That part I didn't love about the book, but I basically just read a few pages and then we talked about it. And then the next time we used it, we started where we left off, read a few pages, and then talked about it. So that was basically the pattern that we used. There wasn't a clear lesson plan or like a clear story going on, but it was okay. I just used it and made it work for us. The next thing I really liked about You're a Social Detective is I like that it gave our family some good vocabulary to use when we're talking about social interactions, even when we're out and about. For example, we get to the library and the kids start running amok, or something is going kind of off, and I turn to the kids and I say, hey, what are the hidden rules? And then they're like, oh yeah. And then they're reminded what the hidden rules are. So that was one of the phrases that we learned from this book. One of the things that goes along with that I added that wasn't necessarily in the book was I tried to remind my kids, why are we learning about interacting well in social situations? Why are we learning to look at details in social situations? And I explained to them that the main reason is to be considerate of other people. And the book doesn't necessarily say that outright, but I wanted to bring that to my kids' attention. I want them to understand we're doing this not for ourselves so we can look good, but so we can understand other people and we can be respectful and considerate towards other people. So being a social detective and interacting in social situations is all about having care and concern for other people. So I wanted to outright teach that to my kids and give them that direct instruction that they're hearing that and they're getting that directly and not just catching it intuitively. So now that we've finished your social detective, it took us a few weeks. We went through it not super quickly, but it's not very big as you can see, but in order to read it and then stop and start, it did take us a few weeks, and then we can always come back to it and pull up some of the sheets, you know, care about how somebody's feeling by looking at the situation and like their faces. Oh yeah, so now that we finished Social Detective, I do think I want to continue with the programs from socialthinking.com, and they have an awesome program I think called Social Flex, and we're going to look into that. I haven't purchased it yet, but I'm going to get it soon, and we will be starting that one and adding that to our homeschool week. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm not specifically a mom who has kids with special needs, but I did want my kids to understand what it means to be empathetic, to look out for other people in social situations. So I do hope this was helpful. And if it was helpful, please give me a thumbs up. That really helps me out here. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet. Thanks so much for watching, and you go find his joy among the noise.